start streaming.
Awesome.
And so you should see that pop up here in a second. And we'll be kind of dull here at the open as we're getting everything working. Ah, here we go. Bada bing, bada boom. Okay, I need to turn your audio up. Okay. And, all right. Let me throw this onto the Facebook page, and then we will get going.
Cool. It's lagging a lot on mine, but that's probably my laptop. Your audio is very, very... Oh, no. No, that's an echo. Wow.
Okay. So we're about ready to go. Give me a little something for levels.
Okay. I was born...
A poor black child. I always go straight to the jerk.
I don't need anything but this lamp and this ashtray.
Okay. We are we are good. We're ready to do this. This is... Oh, nope, not Netflix. There we go. I've never played this. This is an old game, Misty. I've never played it.
You've never played? Oh, is this? Oh, cool.
This is OG Fatal Frame. I've never...
Oh my God, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, you're in for a treat.
We'll see. I am... I like... It's a weird conundrum, is that I tend to be kind of a scaredy cat with these games. And
really?
Yeah.
Is that why I'm on tonight? So you can have some company?
A little bit, yeah. A little bit. Also because, like, I know you're a fan of Japanese horror, which is where I kind of got in on... you know, these kinds of games. I play a little Resident Evil. That was kind of my game.
Yeah.
More so than the Fatal Frame stuff. I was aware of it, but I was like, I don't know if that's for me. I came to Japanese horror late, sadly.
See, I was quite lucky because when this game came out, the guy I was with at the time worked at GameStop. So I got to see all the promo stuff and everything and get properly hyped up for it.
All right.
I wonder how long it's been since my brother and I
I feel like I'm playing a little catch up here, but also I'm just excited about it because I've never played it, and now that I've been, you know, a couple of decades deep into Japanese horror, I feel like this game is gonna be even better.
Yeah, it's definitely a classic for a reason. I'll say that.
Have you been watching any of the Japanese horror movies lately? You caught anything?
He was my only family.
Not lately. I haven't, to be honest. Like, I've been just really fucking busy this month. This has been a crazy month for me. We had a laptop crash. We had all kinds of technical difficulties. I had to face like 2 Facebook bans for some of the pictures I posted in the Legion After Dark Facebook group.
I think that's very funny.
Well, there was one that really bothered me because there was no nudity in it. It's like, why are you banning me for this picture, considering some of the other shit you've let me get away with, you know?
Maybe that's not the best argument, though, is, hey, you've let me do worse.
Disappeared.
Yeah.
I'll research the book.
But yeah, so I didn't. What was the offending picture? I don't know if I saw it in particular.
It was just a man in a suit, and there was a woman sort of like kneeling before him, like holding on to him, and she had like her arm positioned over her boobs and her legs sort of angled so that you couldn't actually see anything, and she was wearing a blindfold and a collar and a leash, and he was holding the leash, and that was it. Like,
was that the problem?
It was a classy picture.
Not the nudity. Was it just the fact that it was kind of kinky or whatever?
I don't think so, because like I said, if you go to the group, there's a lot of, like, all of it's kink. You know, everything's kink related on that page. And they just decided that they wanted to start some shit over one of the classier ones I put up there.
What, one of the ones where you were being kind of nice?
Yeah.
Is there no subtitle option? That's a bit of a bummer.
There should be. Is there not?
No, I don't see one. This is all the menu, I guess. Okay, whatever. All right, so I am cruising through some sort of attic. If video games tell me anything, you go after the shiny thing.
It never fails.
Where'd it go? Oh, do I have to go around that? Oh wow! All right, this is PlayStation 2. Okay.
Oh yeah, it's very, very PlayStation 2. Oh, look, a sparkly.
Yeah. All right, I got a camera film. So,
yeah, that's really important. Yeah. Hoard it. Hoard the film.
Hoard film. Okay. All right. Press the circle to take shooting stance and enter into finder mode, and then take photos. Okay. All right.
There's a box of film on the floor.
Let's see. In finder mode, you can control the player's viewpoint with the left analog stick. All right. So there's my shooting stance, and if I... Okay. All right. Getting the hang of this.
Yes. It's very clunky. That's for sure.
Sure. Got your classic hole in the floor. All right, something glowing over here as well. An old camera. Okay. Oh. So the cameras are saves.
Oh. Cool. I didn't remember that. Yeah, to be fair, I don't remember a lot about this game. I think I'll have a bit of a trip down memory lane watching this.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know why it's taking so damn long to save this. It's not on a PlayStation 2, actually. I hope I didn't break. Oh, there we go. Okay. It just takes forever. All right. Enough menu shit. Let's find something. So I've been listening to the Legion After Dark show.
Have you? What do you think?
I love it. I enjoy it very much. It's
thank you.
Like I haven't done a lot of hunting for podcasts that have a BDSM flavor to them, but what's going on down there? So should I take a picture of that?
Yeah.
All right, hold on. Let's go see what's up. I think he made a right. Oh, I found a door. Okay, but yeah. So like I was saying, I haven't necessarily gone hunting for podcasts with a BDSM flavor, but it is incredibly fascinating, and I think you do I think you do a great job of incorporating, the films and the discussion and so forth, but it's also really fascinating just on the level of like, oh, this is something I wasn't aware of or hadn't thought about or, any number of things. But I think it's great. But because I was listening, I guess it was the last episode. It was all right. I thought there was a coin there or something. Anyway, you were talking about needle play, which is something that I haven't even looked up yet.
Yeah.
And it's not something I'm familiar with at all. But so is it like patterns of needles? Is that kind of the gig?
Yes. They'll do really intricate and sometimes simple, but you see a lot of photo shoots with very intricate patterns of needles that they've used to create art. It is like living art. It's like a beautiful masterpiece that they've created, and that the DOMs that partake in it are usually extremely well versed in how to do it safely. They are all over it. They're extremely sterile. It's almost like going to a tattoo shop. They open the packs of needles in front of you. They're all sealed. Everything's sterilized. They wear gloves. But at the end, it's this beautiful, corsetry piece or something, for example. It's something that looks so pretty, but I'm terrified of needles, so I can never try it myself. But I have a lot of appreciation for the mastery and the skill that it takes to do proper needle play,
Yeah, it seems like you would have to, well, like you said, like a tattoo artist or something, you'd have to go to a professional or have someone recommend it or something,
Yeah.
I can't imagine like freelancing that shit. I'm just like somebody be like, hey, I want to put some needles in you right now. And you're like, I don't know, man.
Yeah, we just met and all, and, not very comfortable. Generally, people that partake in needle play are extremely cautious about who they play with and things, because it's risky. Just like any form of BDSM play, there is risk involved. That's the point, So they have to be very, a date is more like a job interview,
Right. It's funny because I bounced in. I was promoting the show, and bounced into one of the BDSM community subreddits, and there was somebody making the point in there, like as I was posting links to the show, because that's what I'm into. And
I'm so gonna go find it and upvote it.
Yeah, it's on BDSM community, I think is.
That's a great subreddit.
Yeah, it seemed pretty classy, and but one of the things people were talking about in said subreddit was like dating apps, like OkCupid and that kind of stuff. And they were like, how do you even begin? Where you're trying to go through those layers of not only do I like you, but also there's something you should know that, this is what I'm into, and it's not ever going to work if you're not at least okay with it.
There are usually like codes people put or phrases that they put on their OkCupid profile to let you know that they're kinky, but still it is a long process to get to know that other person. Like, I swear, if I were more technologically functioning, because I'm just terrible with technology, if I were better at it, I would absolutely create a dating app for kinky people, because there are some that exist, but they suck. They're so shit. There's no good ones at all. There is a market there that is untapped.
Yeah, do you think it's uh-oh.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yep. I'm okay. All right, I think I killed a ghost.
Yay!
That's right.
Congratulations!
First one down. Until I'm a modern gamer, because as soon as it happened, I was like, "Hey, where's my loot drop?"
All right, where's my loot? That was one thing I did not like about this game is the lack of loot. I like lots of loot.
Sure. I like getting the the little M&M treat of like, oh, there's a new gun. That kind of shit.
Yeah.
And all right, I think I'm just kind of wandering around until I find something cool, right?
It's pretty limited on where you can go. It's quite a linear game, so
that feels right.
Yeah.
That, like I said, I played a fair share of Resident Evil, and this is very much that control. And at the very least, I don't have to use the D-pad, which is not my thing. I like an analog control.
Phoenix 13 says make an app and call it Kinkster. That's such a good idea. I wish I knew how to make apps and things. I have a friend that does it. Maybe I could hit him up and be like, yo, make this app.
I'm so glad you're keeping an eye on the chat, by the way. It does seem like there ought to be that thing. I think someone had said that there was such a thing, or a couple of indie things here and there, but it wasn't.
They're not good.
Right.
They're just not good. It's the same with dating apps for polyamorous people. That seems to be the OkCupid crowd. Most people on OkCupid are poly, apparently, which I did not know until I read an article about it.
No shit.
But yeah, a lot of. So I got OkCupid. I wanted to have a look, and there are loads of poly people on here. But it's like the only place for us, kind of, because. Like Plenty of Fish, for example, straight up discriminates. Like, if you put that you're married, you get a thing that says, I'm sorry, we don't allow profiles for people who are married. Try this website. And then it diverts you to Ashley Madison.
Really?
Yeah.
But like, I don't know enough about Ashley Madison and stuff, and a lot of those kind of apps. I think I've used a dating app once or twice, and always just horrible failures every time.
Yeah.
But and I don't even have the trouble of the layer of like, also there's this thing you should know. Although after listening to the show more, I'm like, there are probably things I should mention.
Yeah.
I think everyone's got those things that are like just random turn-ons that you could probably sit down and trace them back to childhood or some shit, but it's what the thing that gets you off. And
that's what makes dating. I mean, people say it sounds more complicated because we have like checklists that we both do, and there's negotiations and chat and stuff like that. But really, it's easier dating within the kink community because going in, you already know what each other is into. Everything that, right. that they're into, yeah. And so it takes that sort of pressure off in a way. You don't get that nervous sort of, oh, what's going to happen? It's more like, oh, I know what's going to happen, and this is going to be awesome.
Yeah, right. It just seems like. It does. I mean, you might make the argument it takes some mystery out or something like that. Uh-oh. Ghost girl. Traditional ghost girl. Yeah, but like take some of the mystery out of a relationship or something. But also it completely does away with all the shit of like, hey, I didn't know that, I don't know, like you like to get spanked, for example,
yeah.
to use a personal example of like that being something that came up in a relationship, and I was like, oh, I mean, it ain't a thing, but also it's weird to kind of not know that about somebody until like they finally just feel comfortable enough, I guess, that they're like, look, there's a thing. And it would be cool to know that up front, that like you just start from there and then get weird.
Yeah, exactly. Because I think in vanilla relationships, when that kind of thing happens, you know, somebody could say, oh, I'm really into this, and this is a fantasy I have, and this is something I need to get off or whatever. And the partner is like completely disturbed by it. Like they're just disgusted. They're like, I would never do that. But at that stage, you feel this pressure to try to make it work because it's been so long that the dating has been going on, and you don't want to seem like an asshole for leaving them because they're into this thing. And I mean, it just adds so much more complication that needs to be there if people were just a bit more open about what they were into, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, but it's also weird because they're still, you know, I mean, like, you're away from crazy America right now, but shit has gotten weird, Misty.
Man, like, I catch news reports and stuff, and people are like, do you miss America? And I'm like, have you seen the state of it? No. I'm so glad I got out when I did, you know?
Right? Yeah, man, they're every day. It's just something stupid.
I can imagine being single in America right now and dating, and like it's like used to you would think, oh God, what if they don't like me, or oh God, what if they're annoying, or oh God, what if they're ditzy, and now it's like, oh God, what if they're a crazy white supremacist flat earther, you know? Just what has happened?
The wall of hands there was kind of creepy. Yeah, right. It's like you don't want to broach the subject just because everyone is so fucking sick of talking about it.
Yeah.
But also, like, that is such a litmus test of, like, I don't want you to secretly be like a crazy Muslimophobe or Islamophobe or something.
Yeah.
And like that needs to be the new American checklist. Like, all right, who are you prejudiced against? Let's just get that out of the way right now.
Everyone hates someone. Who do you hate?
Right. Right.
We'll see if we're compatible.
I mean, if it's the Dutch, I'm on board.
Oh, what the Dutch ever do to you, man?
Not a thing. That's why I don't trust them. At least I know where the Irish stand.
See, I would think that you would go with Denmark for that reason. When was the last time you ever heard a peep out of them? They're way, you know,
yeah.
They're laying way low.
Oh, there is some shady shit going on in Denmark. That's always, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I was gonna say, I always thought of them as like Europe's Canada. Ever since that South Park episode, I was like, oh my God, they are. They're like the Canada of Europe. Everyone's supposed to be really nice, and they just sort of hang out.
Holy shit.
What haven't the Dutch done from Phoenix 13? Yeah, okay. I mean, historically, yeah. I feel you on that one.
Yeah, I mean, back in the day, they were up to some shenanigans, but...
I think everyone was. I mean, it's, you know...
Fuck. Oh, did you see the news recently, being an expatriate and all, about, like, even Canada is pissed at us now? We pissed off the Canadians?
How? What happened? No, I missed that.
A bunch of trade and tariffs and stuff that we're imposing on Canada, of all people.
Yeah, I don't get the trade tariffs thing because America imports more than it exports.
Yeah.
So if you do trade tariffs against them, they're going to do trade tariffs against you, and that would screw over America worse, wouldn't it? I mean, I'm not an economic major, but
yeah, that all makes sense to me. And it seems like it's what's happening, just as you describe, although you would think that an administration filled with experts on the subject would, you know, come to a different conclusion. Yeah, it's been fucking bananas.
Wait. Oh, Phoenix 13. Wait. What were the... I'm just being a smartass. I know.
What do you say?
And I love you for it. He's just being a smartass. Or she. I'm not sure. Because it's Phoenix 13. Jason. That could go either way.
Yeah, I think that's Jason.
Hi, Jason.
I think he also goes either way.
Nice, as it should be.
That's another super weird. Oh, can I take a picture of him? Oh, he's not down there anymore.
Dun, dun,
All right. That's another super weird thing. I don't know if that's largely just an American thing. I feel like there are more European dudes that are just like, if the guy was pretty enough, I might fuck him.
You know, I think you're probably right about that, because when I lived in the States, there were, it's not that there weren't guys that said stuff like that. There absolutely were, but masculinity seems so very guarded over there compared to over here. Over here, they're just like, you know.
Right, yeah. I think that's a cultural thing for sure, that there is a sense of, I don't know, that like anything that is remotely feminine is a distinct threat to masculine
That's so
identity.
strange.
Yeah, it is super weird.
I mean, your penis doesn't go away. It's still there.
Sure.
You know?
I
if you put on the pinkest, frilliest dress you've ever seen, like the one that chick from Firefly wore to that fancy party,
sure,
your penis is still there.
Oh, God.
It doesn't fall off.
There is just nothing better than Firefly references.
Brown coats forever.
Right.
Phoenix 13 says hello and says, I've spent my entire online existence being confused for the other gender. I'm used to it. Thank you for understanding, Phoenix. I appreciate that. I do try to get it right, but you know.
I think I made a door. Anyway, yeah, it's I kind of had my bout with that after I proclaimed my love of Buffy the Vampire Slayer and took some shit about like, well, you know, that's a girl show. I was like, I don't give a fuck. The show is
How,
good.
though? Why? Why is it a girl show?
Because it's a female protagonist, you know.
That's so weird.
Yeah, it's
so weird to me. And
yeah,
you know what else
strange.
is weird when you think about it? Alien didn't get that kind of heat.
Alien?
Yeah, Alien never got that kind of heat. Alien was never considered a girl horror movie or a girly horror movie or anything like that. Everyone loved Alien. Like, it never got that kind of heat for having a female protagonist.
Right.
But that's probably because they were afraid Ripley would kick their ass. They were just like, look, there's having my masculinity threatened, and then there's knowing that I'd get my ass kicked.
Right. Oh. Camera turned squirrely on me. Very clever.
Yeah, they can't make it too easy. They've got to add those little hints of atmosphere in for you.
All right, I got a news clipping. Late yesterday, a human body with no limbs was found in Himuro Mountain, located in the southern region of the prefecture. The body's hands, feet, and head were all torn off. The police is investigating. Oh, the localization. The police is investigating the case as both a murder and accident. The body has not been identified, but is believed to be a man around the age of 30. The police is also taking into consideration the fact that a body, mutilated in the same manner, was found in the same location 15 years ago.
Oh, wow.
Sounds like shit is up.
Yeah, Google Translate is up.
Oh, I missed my shot. So, all right, because I just, like I said, been listening to the show, and I am always filled with kink questions. So, what are your personal faves? Not necessarily what you engage in, but it could also be that. But just stuff that you're like, this is just fucking fascinating.
Shibari.
See, oh man,
Shibari.
That is really cool. I think that is really kind of gorgeous in its way.
It is, man. It is amazing. Episode 3 was supposed to be an interview episode, and I interviewed Master M. Hatter and Cheshire from MMH Ropes, and they do shibari, and they make their own ropes and things like that. And we had over an hour of audio just talking about rope bondage and things like that. And when I went to edit it, it wasn't there. Like, my half of the audio was there, but their half of the audio wasn't there. And so it was just like, oh, I was devastated. I am hoping to have them back. I'm hoping to reschedule that interview now that I've got episode 3. That's why I do apologize that it was late coming out. That's why it was late coming out. I had to just do a whole new episode quickly and get it out there. But I tend to like to do my research a bit at least. So it does take some time to throw it together. But I'm hoping that I'll be able to reschedule them and have them back, because the stuff that I lost was really good. They were so engaging and entertaining and good at explaining what works, what doesn't work. You know, I mean, it was great. It was so good. But yeah, shibari is amazing to me, even though it is not tied up, or when you're tying someone else up in a really intricate way like that, it is very much like foreplay.
Oh, sure.
It is, you know, it's all part of building that mood.
All right.
And, but some of the photo shoots I've seen, it's like, there's no way you're going to play like that. Like, it looks amazing for the picture, but don't try to do it in your bedroom.
Right. Like, somebody has spent thousands of dollars to make some kind of rig that makes all of this work.
Oh, yeah. I saw one on FetLife a couple of years back that had 3 women, and the rope was, you know, they were like spread out, like their arms spread out, and the rope was done up like these giant wings, and they were all hanging from trees. And I'm just like, amazing.
Wow.
Sexy. You couldn't actually play like that, but fuck, that's awesome. You know, that's amazing that someone can do that with just rope. When I started learning how to do the different ties and stuff, which I've forgotten, I need to go back and relearn. But when I started learning, you go down this sort of rabbit hole of video tutorials, and you end up with videos on how to make whips, how to make, you know, floggers, how to make collars and leads and spreader bars and all that stuff just out of rope. And it's like, wow, I could just have rope. I could just have rope and use nothing else but rope and still have all these other toys.
Yeah.
So those the people that come up with that sort of thing, it's just incredible to me that they've taken something so simple and made it into an art form. I've heard on the front of, if anybody is listening to this or watching this that knows their shibari and stuff, 2 Naughty Boys is supposed to be reuniting, and they're kind of like the OG rope riggers, you know. They've been around forever, so it's pretty exciting that they're getting back together. I hope they have some fun new stuff to show us, you know.
The Naughty Boys.
Yeah, like,
that's
but it's spelled
like
great.
Yeah, like KNOT.
Yeah, it's spelled like, yeah, it's adorable. But they've been going forever. Like, you know, we're talking 20, 30 years of experience doing rope work, and their tutorials are incredible. You know, their books are like the beginner's Bible for rope play. But yeah, that I would say that's one of the ones I'm fascinated by. Fire play, that's something that I've always wanted to try, but I never knew anyone that was skilled enough in it to trust them to do it to me.
All right, explain that a bit more, because when I hear that, I just think that means you're going to burn me.
Yeah, no, it's I mean, not really, because obviously there's something on your skin that prevents you from getting burned. But fire play can include fire floggings, where the floggers are on fire and you have the solution on your body, and so when they hit you with it, it like goes up and stuff. Fire cupping, which is also used as originally was a holistic medicine, but it's these glass jars, and they light the end of a thing and light the inside of the jars, and then stick it to your skin, and it creates a massive suction. there's just so much. There's so much with fire play, and it all looks, dazzling. When you watch it, you're just blown away by it. It's
all right.
So impressive.
Yeah.
Electro play, that's another one that I quite like. A bit of zappy zap,
A bit of the old zappy zap.
A bit of zappy zap. Actually, violet wand kits, because, there's violet wands, which are based on the original Victorian medical device. I swear every Victorian medical device can double as a sex toy in some way.
Sure.
And then there's the neon wand, which is like the violet wand, but lower voltage. It doesn't have as much zappy zap as a violet wand. But either kit you get is really quite expensive. It's going to run you over $100. But I found on Amazon this kit that was supposed to be a home facial spa treatment device.
Okay.
And it was a neon wand. It was exactly the same. All the attachments were the exact same. And it was only like $30. So I was like, I got to at least try it. And so I got it. And it is legitimately a neon wand. It doesn't come in the cool, kinky looking packaging. But the tool itself, exactly the same. It was great. I was like, man, what a bargain. And it still works. I've had it for years. Little bargain hunting info for other kinksters out there that are on a low budget like I am.
For the kinkster with the pocketbook in mind.
Yes.
The electro stuff. All right, so my only problem with that again is that I'm just not into pain. Like, I don't like to be hurt.
It doesn't, on the low settings, it doesn't hurt. It's more like a tingle.
All right.
But then, obviously, as you turn it up a bit higher and higher, then it gets stronger and stronger. E-stems are a good favorite. A lot of people like those. I've never really used them. Not that I'm averse to it, but for me, it's like, with the violet wand or the neon wand, when you touch their skin with that glass rod and it like lights up and does the that's what makes it hot. That's the sexy part to me.
all right
You're like, I'm learning so much.
I mean, it's just it's endlessly fascinating because it's one of those things I feel like you kind of don't know what you don't know, and it's fascinating for me just to, I don't know, I mean, just sort of see what's out there, just the curiosity factor of it. And there is certainly stuff that as you I don't think I understand any of this inventory.
Yeah.
But like as things come up, like the Shibari stuff was something that I kind of roundabout found from some Japanese something or other, and it was one of those things of like, oh yeah, I don't think I would ever do that myself, certainly, but I mean, there is an art to it. There's something really beautiful about it, and
absolutely.
What's going on over here? In any of those that are you just like, there is no way in hell? Are there extreme kinks that you find a little too much?
I do, and I hope that I don't anger any fellow kinksters, because there's nothing wrong with these kinks at all. It's just, for me, they're a bit too intense. Medical play is too much for me. That's too much. That's a bit scary to me. Needle play, another one, because I have that tremendous fear of needles, is too extreme. But at the same time, I'm okay with knife play. So it is completely a psychological thing there. Yeah, I think those are the big two that I can't really imagine myself even trying. I'm pretty open to try anything, but I don't think I would be able to to relax in that situation.
Yeah, I think I don't know. I often wonder about that, like what I because I don't have a lot of experience with that kind of thing. So, you don't know your own limits, right?
Absolutely.
That's something that I am unsure of. But at the same time, it has certainly opened my mind to the idea of like, oh, if something came up in a relationship, like why not try that shit?
Yeah. Because I mean, the thing that a lot of people don't understand about the BDSM community is that sadism and masochism don't have to be involved. Pain doesn't have to be involved at all. Punishments don't have to be involved at all. You can have a power exchange relationship, and you can have a dominant or you can have a submissive and not do the physical things that are normally associated with BDSM. Some people are really into mental domination, psychological domination, behavior modification. That kind of thing is what gets them going. And if you tried to spank them, they would throw you out,
Rightly so.
Yeah. No.
Okay.
Still hovering.
I think that got him. Yeah, that's somebody. It's such a fast. I can't remember who said it. Somebody much smarter than me at one time said, the only two things worth talking about are sex and death. I think it may have been Oscar Wilde who said that. That sounds right.
That sounds like Wilde.
Yeah. And we talk about death all the time around these parts, and it's fun every now and again to have a show where you talk about the fun stuff.
Yeah. And I mean, whenever I'm doing Black Anus, I don't tend to even mention the sex scenes in most of the movies unless they're really ridiculous, because then you just have to, don't you?
Sure.
So Legion After Dark that's my outlet, my kinky outlet. I know there are the views of people within the community vary when it comes to stuff like this. Some people, especially like really old guard types, they like the secrecy. They like the whole secret society. You get invitations to these secret hidden events, and there's a password and a dress code and all that stuff. And they don't want it in the mainstream. They want it behind closed doors because that's hot. Then there are other people that say, no, I mean, I would love to be open, but I would lose my job. I would be disowned by my family. I would, lose everything, and I just can't take that risk. So for me, it's not that I'm trying to normalize the unusual. I'm not going for normalization. I'm going for acceptance. I'm going for informative chat where the realistic side gets to come out of it, and I get to watch a bunch of kinky movies, which is like a win-win,
Sure. Yeah. I gotta be honest, I've never seen the story of O, but after hearing you talk about it, I was like, I should watch the story of O.
Yeah, it's so good, isn't it? That's proper old guard type of BDSM. They have like the secret chateaus, and the slaves are shared and things like that. But that's the difference between a slave and a submissive. O was a slave, whereas let's say Peter in he was a vanilla undercover, but let's say Kim Basinger's character in 9.5 Weeks was a submissive. So very different things there. She didn't just blindly accept whatever he did.
Right.
Whereas, as a slave, she is his property. End of. She does what she's asked to do, no matter what it is. So that's, you don't see a lot of that. You don't see a lot of BDSM slaves in movies that's not extremely exaggerated. I mean, obviously there are aspects of the story of O that are extremely exaggerated, but not as much as like Pet, for example, or something like that, where it's like, calm down.
That's the one with the girl from geez, what was that television show that I can't think of now? The one about the succubus. I feel like it was a Canadian joint.
Oh God!
You know what I'm talking about?
I do, but I can't remember what it's
called.
Lost
something, maybe.
I've got no. It's not in there at all. Like, I just have that very familiar feeling, but I can't put it anywhere.
But I think I think the girl in Pet was on that show. And,
was she?
Yeah, and which is why I know about the movie Pet, other than having seen the cover. And so, is that any good?
Pet, again, it's very exaggerated. It's especially problematic for people that are owners or are pets themselves, because some of the things in there are not behaviors that you would get from an owner and their pet generally. Obviously, there are probably exceptions to the rule, but yeah. We've got some chat ahead, which at this time has no name, and then he put, for the spendthrift kinkster. That must have been when we were talking about the rope. Yes, it's all about saving that money.
That's why you get the boat rope for your discount safari. The cheap nylon stuff. It comes like a
oh god
buck and a half for 1,000 yards. Sorry.
Phoenix Artseed said, I'm a pretty vanilla kind of sort, but I really enjoy Legion After Dark, since I love learning and knowing about things and exploring this stuff from the safety of other people doing it. That is a really good point, actually. Thank you. First of all, I'm really glad you're enjoying it, but I never thought of sort of people listening to the show in a way to experience and gain knowledge without putting themselves into an uncomfortable situation, you know. Going to a kink event or something like that for the first time, you're expecting like the Blue Oyster Bar from Police Academy. You know, you're expecting to walk in and it's just like guys in chaps everywhere. Like,
is that not the case?
No. I mean, there are usually people in chaps somewhere, but when you see them, you freak out. You're like, they've got chaps. Old school. Yes. You know. I like a lot of the old traditions. I miss like the hanky code. I wish people still did the hanky code. You know, that was so great because you could just look across the room and tell already whether they'd be interesting to play with or not. You know. And Phoenix 13 says, and contextualizing it through movies is a great idea. Thank you so much. I enjoy doing horror movies on Black Anna so much. I wanted a place to talk about the kinky movies because it was because I was looking for a podcast that did that and I couldn't find one. So I thought, okay, well, I guess I'll just make one.
Well, if I have to.
Yeah. Cinia Solo from Lost Girl. Lost Girl.
Yep. I had the Lost part.
Yes. You are amazing.
Well done. Yeah, I watched like a season of that. I feel like I should remember more of it. Yikes. Oh. Damn it.
Phoenix 13, once again, I come to the fact-checked rescue. Yes, you did.
Well done.
Yes, you did.
All right.
Quick, you just give it a cupcake.
Did I lose that? Oh, I think as soon as I open the doors when this happens. Okay.
You know how Japanese ghosts are. They love snacks.
A little miso. And they're
some candles.
All right, so I figured out what I'm supposed to be doing here, which is I've just got to find the thing. The vanity thing, because I've got a mirror now. And that'll give me a key to the locked door.
Yes.
I am, yes. You know, I'm I'm a veteran game player, Misty. I don't want to toot my own horn here. And if you've been watching me roam around trying to figure out where the hell I'm going, that is also appropriate to these games when I play them.
Oh, a picture.
Uh-huh. And a key. All right. This... Is that ghost around? Yeah, he is. What up, buddy? Where'd you go?
I mean, could you imagine being just a really awkward ghost? Like, you try to be all scary and you think, okay, I've seen tons of horror movies when I was alive. I can do this. And you just fuck it up every time.
Yeah. I think that would be the ghost I would be. Like, I would be really into scaring people, but I just wouldn't be able to manage.
I saw a short film I'm going to have on the Black Annis YouTube videos whenever we get those going. About a girl that dies and she's a ghost in this house, and it's like her sort of transformation and her emotional journey into becoming just a normal ghost to a mean ghost.
Nice.
Gonna have to pull that one out, but I cannot remember for the life of me what it was called. I'm gonna have to do some searching through my YouTube history.
I am always on the lookout for a really good ghost film, and I just don't think there are a lot of great new ones.
No, and it's a shame because I like a good haunted house. I like a good haunted house. I not the most popular subgenre of horror, I admit, but man, it's creepy. Haunted houses are creepy, and they seem to have peaked in sort of the 70s.
Where's the fucking door? This way? Yeah, all right. Couldn't find my way out of this room. Did you see The Innkeepers?
I did, yeah. The Innkeepers wasn't bad.
I think that's pretty good.
The Innkeepers wasn't bad. That was a pleasant surprise. Because I keep trying to find new haunted housey movies, but yeah, that one actually didn't let me down. Horrible ghosts that keep fucking it up. I think Bo and I have both seen bad movies like that.
Yeah. I would really like... well, Mike Flanagan, I was going to say I would really like a really good ghost story coming soon. I haven't seen Hereditary yet, so I'm not sure.
I haven't, yeah. I haven't seen it yet.
If that falls into that category, but Mike Flanagan has his The Haunting of Hill House coming up. And I can't wait for that.
Is it going to be a remake of House on Haunted Hill?
Yeah, not House on Haunted Hill, but The Haunting of Hill House. Which
is it going to be an actual...
Yeah, it's that story. But they're doing it as, I think, like a 6-part Netflix miniseries.
Oh, cool.
Right. And, you give me the guy who did Oculus and Absentia and Hush doing The Haunting of Hill House. I'm pretty excited.
Oh, man. I really loved Hush, but I think that the Everything Wrong With videos on YouTube... Mm-hmm. I think the Everything Wrong With Oculus, I saw that before I saw the movie. And so when I watched the movie, I was like, I can't get into it. I know everything wrong with this movie now. I can't not see it.
I love that movie. That movie gives me the heebie-jeebies. Which are highly contagious.
Oh, God. I haven't been vaccinated for that.
We can only hope that Skype can't transmit heebie-jeebies. Otherwise, you are fucked.
I really liked It Follows. That's a new one that I really liked.
It Follows is real good.
Does it count as a ghost movie, though? Because we don't know what it is, really.
I mean, it's just kind of death, right?
Right. I mean, yeah. You know how It Follows should have ended? The thing was walking up towards her, you know? And then, like, its head just comes off its shoulders, and next to it, like, a predator decloaked, and then, like, fucks off.
They sent them here for training.
I want to see more Predator crossovers in horror movies. I want to see Predator come up and, like, start hunting horror icons, you know?
I'm real curious about that new Predator film.
I don't have a lot of hope, but I'll still watch it because it's a Predator film.
Sure.
You know?
But isn't it written and directed by Shane Black, I want to say?
I think so. I'm not 100% on that.
Yeah, I think that's right though. That'd be all right. He's okay. I thought The New Guys, if you ever saw that, I thought that was quite good.
I don't think I have. What's it about? Because that sounds really familiar. So I don't know if I've seen it or just seen like the movie poster for it or something.
It was Russell Crowe and Ryan Gosling.
Right. Yeah, I have. Oh, Phoenix 13 says, can you imagine Predator hunting Jason Voorhees through the woods? Yes, I can imagine it, and it's glorious. But, okay, here's my question. If he uses his body temperature vision, his heat vision, right? Does Jason Voorhees give off a heat signature?
Room temperature.
Or would he? Yes, so he wouldn't be able to see him, right?
He would be he would still be in motion, and I guess you could argue that, you know, that would tip off said Predator. But I'm glad we're getting the hard-hitting questions finally. But I think the problem there is obviously Jason's dead. He's not going to be he's not going to be any higher than room temperature ever.
Right.
But so yes, it makes him an effective, you know, Predator survivor, I suppose. But I don't know.
He's not very stealthy, though, is he? It's not like he walks quietly.
Right. You know, I mean, we got a couple of problems here. Is that, you know, Jason ain't necessarily built for stealth, ever.
No. He's big and lumbering and clumsy.
All right.
But he can teleport as well, so...
I mean, I guess according to the later films.
Yeah, he just, like, appears. So, but if the Predator killed him, could he then possess the Predator to eat his heart and then become, like, a Jason Predator? I'm totally sober, I swear.
No, I think it's a good point. I wonder, like, similarly, you know how the alien face huggers would like suck onto a predator face, and they had like that predator alien hybrid. So if Jason got hit with a face hugger, it would be an alien Jason hybrid, and that I'm kind of into as well.
I am absolutely into that. I'm curious if a face hugger could infect a Cenobite.
Oh, man.
A Cenobite xenomorph hybrid would be fucking amazing. Am I allowed to swear on here?
Yeah.
Okay.
I hope so. I have been.
Phoenix 13 says, after Jason stabs the Predator a few times, that leads to the Predator ditching the mask so he can see with normal vision. This writes itself. It does. Mm-hmm. It does write itself. There's an exec somewhere right now watching this live stream, writing this shit down. Going, right, okay.
Right. Who are these geniuses? All right. A little bit of a cutscene here. This feels like I'm about to take multiple pictures of some ghost.
Yeah. It's so funny without the sound on because you imagine it in your head to have some sort of Final Fantasy soundtrack during the cutscenes.
Sure. Dun, da, dun, da, 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 da. Oh. All right. Ah. Oh. Oh, my girl's not doing well here. All right, hang on. See if I can... Oh. Well, I can heal in the middle of fighting, so...
Oh.
Right. Take some of the threat off this.
All
right.
Herbal medicine. That will always be associated to Resident Evil with me.
Delicious, delicious herbal medicine.
No, it's fine you got bit by 6 zombies. Just take some fucking ginseng. You're good. You're good to go.
Alright. I gotta get free. Oh no. Nope. We're fine. We've got herb. That's all you need in life.
Yes. I'll smoke to that.
Alright. Alright, let me hoof it down the hallway a little bit. And then and
Oh, that's it. You beat the game. Oh gosh.
Oh, okay. We did it. We're all right. We made it. And
it's always so stress-inducing with these games where you can't run fast at all.
Yeah.
And you're trying to get away, and you're just like slowly trotting down the hallway, like, move, bitch! Goddamn!
Why won't you go?
That's why. Did you ever play Okami for the PS2?
Was that the one with the paintbrush wolf or whatever?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I could run so fast with him that when I first got that game for the PS2, I did that for the first probably 20 minutes, just run fast around because I could actually move.
It's just like sweet freedom.
Yeah.
Have I been in here yet? What's going on in here? Oh, that looks like something to collect. Oh, there's a strangling ritual.
Yeah.
On the
That's one of my cakes.
Sure. just enough. On the 13th day of the 12th month, a maiden cut off from the outside world for 3,669 long days shall be torn apart to provide power to the rope. Speaking of Shibari, what?
Right? Okay, wait. So she's locked up for 3,669 days. How long is that?
That would be about 10 years.
Right, okay. And then to just chop her up and use it to anoint the rope? Is that what's going on?
I think that's kind of what's happening here.
Right. So what do they use, though? Do they put the blood on the rope? Do they put saliva, urine, skin? Like, did they weave strips of skin into the rope? Or
yeah, I think kind of, whatever comes out. They're not...
Don't waste any part of the animal.
Right. All right, so I got these spirit stones. And it feels like that ought to... Alright, so I can upgrade my camera as well. And...
How many of those do you have now?
I've got 2. So we're gonna do a little speed, and that may be all I can do. Okay.
Speed's good.
Yeah, I mean, the quicker I can snap a picture, the quicker I can kill a ghost.
Yeah.
Which has always
What is
been
it,
my dream.
What is it? A Jacksepticeye always says, "Speed is key."
Uh-huh.
Speed is key.
Have you been watching anything else? Anything else been grabbing your attention?
Not really, and I'll tell you why. Because I should be watching movies, but instead I've been playing Fallout 4 a bunch.
Really?
And leading up to the announcement and stuff like that. I was playing Fallout 4 with the live stream on my phone going, just waiting and, freaking out over all the little clues, which were great. And I've just been now that I've thoroughly beaten the game, very thoroughly beaten, I decided that it's now acceptable to do to put mods on it.
Mm-hmm.
So I've just been going mod crazy lately.
What is the frost mod? Is that the one that kind of makes it super hard?
I don't have that one, but I think so. I've got unlimited build space. My settlements are like fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
I've got the unlimited build space, extra settlements, loads of the houses, like the lake house where you have sort of a spy used to live there, and it's this big, beautiful mansion with this underground vault and all this stuff. It's cool.
Nice.
Right now though, I'm just trying to date all of the companions. That's the goal.
Yeah, right. Why would you?
Yeah, well, yeah. So I've knocked out Kate and I'm knocked out Piper. I'm working on McCready now.
I like how you use the phrase "knock them out."
Yeah, I've got to knock them out. Just knock these out.
Just another notch on the old Misty bedpost. Hey, don't you worry about it, little lady.
Oh, God. You got to. It's like, I don't know. There's just so much to explore. And I need something to tide me over until I find out exactly when 76 is coming.
You gotta think it's gonna be this fall, right? Bethesda doesn't usually screw around with, like, it's gonna be in a year from now. It's usually like, hey, this is coming pretty soon.
Yeah, and it's always some crazy announcement, too. It's just like, surprise!
Right.
A new Fallout game. Oh my God, yes! Yeah. Oh. I know, I'd love it if Bethesda, because, we're saving up for a double-decker bus to convert into a home.
Okay.
And I was like, the inside of it's going to be so Fallout-y, because I'm going to decorate it like I do one of my settlements. And Ben was like, oh, you should email Bethesda and be like, sponsor our bus? We'll make it completely Fallout. We'll do a Fallout paint job on the outside, all of it. I was like, I don't think they probably would go for that, babe.
Oh, this looks like a puzzle.
Yeah. I wish I could
know.
help. I wish I could help, but I do not remember.
Yeah. All right. We're gonna leave that alone for now. That feels like something important that would also take a little time, because I am not entirely sure. I think I know what it's asking for, but I don't entirely know. I'll tell you what, though. Actually, we've been at this for a bit. I may let you go. I know it's getting late there.
Yeah, it's almost one in the morning.
You almost went a little Irish there. Almost one in the morning.
It's so funny when I hear my American friends comment on like inflections that I've picked up, because I don't notice it at all, and nobody over here notices it really. So
sure,
when
they all talk weird.
The best was the elevator. When I first moved here, the elevator lady, where it's like, please mind the door. And you're like, oh my God, it's so British. Because you don't think of stuff like that. Like a parrot as well. A parrot at one of the roadside zoo attractions, had a British accent, and that tripped me out. My mind was blown.
Wow, sure. I never even thought about that, but
yeah, it was mind blowing. He was just like, hello, and I was like, oh my God, no way. Hello.
God, those poor Scottish parrots. I feel so bad for him already.
I hope we start a trend with this video of people in the UK, Scotland, Ireland, all those areas sending videos of parrots with their accent.
Oh, that would be fantastic. Yeah, please. Bo@legionpodcast.com. Send me all your foreign parrot videos.
Yes. Oh. I would like to hear, ever since then, though, it's opened my mind about parrot linguistics. I would love to hear a parrot speak like Japanese or like, Korean or Russian or something like that. It would just be so cool.
Yeah. Yeah. You're right. Like, what would be the, like, what is there a language that a parrot just couldn't replicate?
Oh, you know what? I wonder if there is. Probably not, though. They're pretty... I don't know. Swahili, maybe? German might be tough. Welsh?
Yeah. I would think, like, some of the sort of percussion-based languages that you see in Africa and that kind of thing, I bet that would be tough for a parrot. Or maybe. Maybe. I don't know. I'm just thinking about the hardest one for me and making a parrot suffer the same fate.
Do you think that if an American parrot met a French parrot that spoke French, she'd be like just all over him? Like, oh my God, he's so romantic. He's like way more romantic than American parrots.
Yeah, sure, but the French parrot would be real snooty about it. All right, Misty, that's an hour's worth of Fatal Frame.
Yeah,
that's pretty good though. It's very, it is certainly of its time. That's clear.
Didn't age very well, did it?
Well, it's really nostalgic for me in a weird way, because playing it, I'm like, this feels like playing Resident Evil, and yes. I kind of dig that. I'm not ashamed to say. All right, well, I'll tell you what. Thanks so much for doing this. Thanks for hanging out.
No problem. Thanks for having me. I had a lot of fun.
We'll have to do it again.
Yeah, absolutely. If you're ever streaming games and need somebody to come hang out, then just hit me up.
Yeah, plus, as I continue to listen to Legion After Dark, I'm sure I'll have more questions.
I'm an open book. You can ask anything.
That's awesome. All right, well, we will stop the stream here, and I guess let's just say bye, everybody.
Bye. Thanks for hanging out with us.